And we happen to be back with a very special episode of Permanent Record presented by Simple Math Matrix. And we are here with Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers by Kendrick Lamar. It's your boy Mr. aka Super Raw 357, best known as Prince Godbody, and I'm joined by
the guy, King Hoopla.
And this week we are covering Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers, which is the new Kendrick album.
Mm-hmm.
Let's start off with the first disc, because if you don't know, this is a double disc album, and this consists of 18 songs split into two sections. The first section supposedly being Mr. Morale, and the second section being the Big Steppers. So Nate, you want to start off with the first track, which is titled "Godly I Can't Speak."
Can I talk?
Which is titled "United in Grief."
Yep.
You want to give us the producers and such on that track first?
We got produced by Lamar,
which is Kendrick.
Soundwave, JLBS, Duval, Timothy, Beach Noise, and Tim Maxey. So what you got about that?
The intro was a Kendrick intro.
Oh, I think the intro was a very in the words of my uncle, a theatrical intro. Like, you know what I'm saying? It sounds like the opening to a play. Like, you know what I'm saying? You sing with the violins very strong coming in, like the doom, you know what I'm saying? And then he just goes into it. And then he just like takes you into this album. Like,
yeah, I can definitely see that. It's like an intro song.
So yeah,
I can definitely see that.
It's the first song. Yeah.
Especially with the way the album plays out, I could definitely see that. That's actually a pretty good way to look at it, because this album is one that he put it in two albums, so there is an interlude.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're supposed to take, I guess, kind of a break from it in a way. The second track on the album, which is N95, which is, I think, is a subvert look at COVID itself. Because, you know, he filmed that video actually like 2 years ago. Yeah, but it's still a subvert look at COVID itself, because it's kind of like what he opens with the "They Still Lied" bar. So I'm thinking that, but at the same time, Kendrick flips that back with the Kyrie line later in the album.
Yeah.
So that's still a juxtaposition. This is one of those things that kind of really implements the fact that the first part of this album was for the public.
Yeah.
Like, with him making that statement and then flipping it back in the album, it goes to show that this first part of this album is definitely for the public and what they thought he was going to give us.
Yeah.
We thought when we got, like, looking, godly, I cannot,
Yeah, fucking English is
I'm about to say, looking at the track list, you would think N95 would be an anti-COVID, political, super, but it's not. It's one of the more, like, stadium songs, amp songs on the album. And you know why? It's because that first part of the album, like I was saying, is everything Kendrick knew we wanted. Like, this what y'all been listening, and this is going to be an ongoing thing between the first part of the album, but this what I knew y'all wanted. So I'm going to give it to y'all. This what y'all been listening to, so I'm going to give it to y'all. This what y'all been interested in the news, so I'm going to give it to y'all. So he goes within that, names it after the mask, and makes a vague COVID statement. Yeah. And then makes a vague COVID statement, and then goes on. What is it? Like, that song is a tour stadium song.
It is.
That's not a radio song.
It's an opening song
on the tour.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So
that's his single. First single.
He's calculated. Like, the cohesiveness between him naming that song, the aura of the song, and then him actually releasing it with the pre-made video as the first single, just goes to show that from the beginning of this album, he's calculated this shit.
Yeah, exactly.
It's been 5 years.
Yeah,
he's listened to all of
yeah.
us. But he's ready, like, he knows what he's doing.
Yeah, of course.
And this was one of the first tracks that I listened to that made me think, is this not the Big Stepper CD?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It's the second on the album, but I was like, how is this not the Big Stepper CD? Like, because I said it on the podcast. I was like, the Big Steppers is going to be the rah-rah shit.
Yeah.
And the Mr. Morale shit is going to be the slam poetry shit.
So, oh, damn. You see, boom, before we even get to the third track, what if this is the morality, though? You know what I'm saying? And what he's supposed to be doing as a rapper. You know what I'm saying? Appeasing to the crowd. But his Big Stepper mentality is, I'm doing me. And I'm rapping about myself.
Oh!
Come on now.
All right, Nate.
Come on now. This is all this conjecture at the minimalist. But it's still something.
Yeah, I do love that theory because I could see that. Because honestly, the way you just described it is a way more complex than the way I thought it would be.
Yeah.
Because I would think that Kendrick, especially with it being the double one and it trying to be his, like we explained, his cement.
Yeah.
This would be the most self-explanatory one.
Exactly.
But you just proved it's not. Third track on it.
We got Worldwide Steppers,
which is introed by
the one and only Kodak Black.
So this is where the first controversy of this album pops up.
Or I say the most intriguing part of this album. One of the most intriguing parts of this album.
The inclusion of Kodak Black.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Just in general. Even without the controversy, so it'd be crazy.
Worldwide Steppers is definitely one of my favorite songs, mainly because of production.
Yeah.
Secondary, Kendrick he ravishes that beat.
Yeah.
But
ridiculous.
This is also the first inclusion of Kodak Black, and I was also really confused at why he would include Kodak. Like, I don't understand why somebody as big as Kendrick would include somebody as controversial as Kodak as a main part of his album, as we'll see going forward. Do you have any explanation for that?
I mean, shit. He said he more Kodak Black.
You just fuck with him, yeah.
Yeah, he said he's more Kodak Black. That's for the culture, more Kodak Black.
Yeah, that's very fair. Yeah. But I guess he said it before.
Yeah, he literally said it now.
But this is also the first thing he said. What did he say? This is the song where we see Kendrick open up as his portrayed sex addiction that he's portraying on this album, you'll see long term, that almost ruins his relationship, his long term relationship. You see it go directly against the ideals he portrays in his music, meaning Black Power.
Exactly, yeah.
First time I fucked a white bitch, I was 16 at Palisade. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Second time I fucked a white bitch, I was out in Copenhagen. Well, next time I fucked a white bitch, I was out in Copenhagen.
What else you gonna do?
But, of course, you know what I'm saying? The thing is, though, about those bars is Kendrick is exposing all of his, not all of his, not even a flaw. Yes. A flaw to the audience that loves him most. I would have never, as a Kendrick stan, and sounds like some dick riding ass shit, but it's not. If somebody has great art, you're not dick riding.
Yeah.
You're appreciating the art. But I would have never expected the person I heralded as the next Langston Hughes to fuck a white bitch. But I'm also fucking so dumb to think that when Malcolm X and Martin Luther, you know what I'm saying? That's my stupidity.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, that is just stupid.
Yeah, I
agree with you on that one. Because
why not? I fucked a white bitch. You know what I'm saying?
I'm about to say, that's probably really why.
I feel the guilt behind those bars, you feel me? That's why when I heard that song, I said Kendrick has lived the life of every black man
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Shit. Yeah,
the next one is Die Hard. Die Hard is the radio single with Bless and Amanda Raffer.
Jesus. Oh, I'm looking at the second one.
With Bless and Amanda Raffer.
Yeah, Reefer.
Oh, okay. That's the. I didn't know if it was pronounced like that. I don't know.
I don't know. That's what I came up with.
Bet that works. That's the single.
Mm-hmm.
That's the pop single.
Yeah, I feel like that was a song that SZA probably could have been on, but.
Yeah, that's something. I don't know why. But I don't really have much to say about this song.
I don't think it's bad. I definitely don't think it's bad.
Oh, it's a great song.
No, I'm talking about bad blood between TD and Kendrick.
I think he's just breaking away. I think they paid for that "I Want You" sample with the Hard Part 5, and he was good with that.
Yeah, facts. Yep.
Because they incorporated, you know what I'm saying? He was good with that.
Yeah.
But with this song, it's the pop single. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't really have a deep dive. I wish I did, but I don't. It's the pop single. It's a great song. It's a good song.
Very upbeat, up tempo. Yeah.
Yeah.
It sounds like
But it's not. It's he says what? Pop pun to take the pain away. The pain away. Like it's about taking the pain, but it's, you know what I'm saying? It's sad, but in the introspective, reflective, I'm getting better way.
Yeah, it's how. In that case, you could just say it's just a reflection on how the youth just party and use drugs all the time to take the pain away.
Oh yeah, essentially.
And that's essentially what this album is, just a reflection of the first half.
Yeah, it's just what we were, like we said, what we wanted to, not we, but
reflection of what's going on. You know
what
I'm
he thought
in his own light, without just he's being a real writer and not just giving it to you simple.
Yeah, pretty much. He's not giving you simple math. He's giving you out
complex.
And one of the best songs on the album.
Yeah.
One of the most touching songs on the album.
One of the first songs where he actually starts to get a little
personal
and deep. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't say he started just. Yeah, this is when he just started spinning some bars. You know what I'm saying? This is when he started spinning some bars.
Yeah.
On Father Time, man.
Father Time sees Kendrick looking at how his father raised him.
Sanford.
Yo, Sanford did an amazing vocal performance.
I don't want to play on.
Yeah. Amazing vocal performance.
Anytime Sanford's on the record,
it's going to be great.
It's going to be ridiculous.
But in the general spectrum of the song, Kendrick is looking at the way he was raised by his father, and his father's fatherhood relates to his fatherhood. And he's just trying to do like this. We have this term on social media where we're trying to break the generational curse.
Yeah.
And for a black dad, that's one of the biggest ones. Especially now. This is we're the first, second, possibly, we're one of the very first generations of black men that really want to father our children. No matter what.
Yeah.
And not want to. Are able to father our children the way they need to be fathered.
Yeah, I'm gonna say not in the context of just taking care of their needs. You know what I'm saying?
But actually raise our children out here. And that's what it's looking at. It's like my father didn't necessarily, I'm talking Kendrick's perspective, but he's saying my father didn't have the resources, tools, whatever you want to call them, to raise me. He just raised me as a man as he knew it. But now I'm going to raise my son to be a man as I know it, but to be wise beyond his years. That is so we both here. People have lost our fathers. You know what I'm saying?
That speaks on that too.
Yeah. It's something powerful. Because in the last verse he says, everybody that grew up without a father, I feel so bad for y'all, but we gotta make this happen for the next generation. Because that's what we all want to hear, but he actually believes this one. And that's what I feel about Father Time.
Because what he say, because when he's talking about the dudes that ain't had no father, he was talking about like, you realize being gangsters, you know what I'm saying, what you see as being gangsters is a man.
Yeah.
So you gotta try to teach you know what I'm saying, but then as you learn, as you come up, you realize that's not just, being a gangster isn't being a man. You know what I'm saying, in some cases. In some people's definitions. So actually being a man takes the growth and shit like that. And then he was like, so when you have your son, take those lessons that you learned to become a man and put those on your son even though you didn't have a father. So you could be that, you could start that line right there. Like, you know what I mean? So I think the whole song is powerful. That's why I realized. That's why I think that was the first song he got really deep on that side of the album.
Yeah.
And then
next we have the Rich Interlude with Kodak.
Which Kodak Black was.
Oh, that spoken word by Kodak.
Yeah.
How did you? I know you love Kodak.
I fuck with it.
And the thing is, I will say, oh God, my old gimmick's falling off.
Mm-hmm.
I will say that I do enjoy Kodak's music.
Yeah.
The controversy around him. I'm one of those people, I'll separate the art from the music.
Yeah,
the controversy around him, I will not support, but I will support.
Yeah, because you can rap.
The art.
You can rap,
yeah, I will support the art.
Yeah.
So I did not have a problem with it.
And I like
it was
the
really
keys
off
and
kilter. Yeah. Is there anything special you really wanted to say about that
one? No, I just feel like Kodak did his thing on that joint. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that was like, you know how Drake gave Kendrick, like, you know what I'm saying?
Back
Take Care. I feel like that was, and I just feel like that was Kendrick just reinforcing that, like, if Kodak can get his shit together, he's that nigga. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but the accusations that levied against him.
Yeah. But I'm not.
So you know what I'm saying? Yeah, we're not here to play that game.
Mm-hmm.
Rich, the actual song. Do you have any views?
Yeah.
That was one I did not like that much.
You didn't like that much?
It was alright. It was a mid-level song. I'll listen to it.
Yeah.
I'll probably skip it. I'll skip it every time.
Mm. Now I can't think about it going right now, but I'm not trying to respect it. But yeah, I'll listen to it later and be like, oh yeah, this shit is tough.
Yeah.
Maybe like wish I would have said that, but that's how it's gonna go.
I mean, we're doing this a week out from the album coming out, so you can't really, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, we don't have it all. This is a Kendrick album, so it'll hit later.
So it's two double-sided album, 18 songs.
Yeah,
so
this is really just like a first, like, you know what I'm saying, a Euro step review type shit.
No matter how much you listen to it.
Yeah.
And then on the next song, which is arguably one of the best songs in my opinion on this album.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, from an artistry standpoint.
In what way? Go ahead and explain.
Just the construction of it, the production, of course.
We've got Alchemist on the beat.
Yeah, Alchemist on the beat.
And Taylor Page playing the part of the woman.
Yeah.
Taylor Page is an actress.
Okay.
If you're unfamiliar, she's actually, I think, dating maybe the girlfriend or wife or some such of Jesse Williams.
Oh yeah.
I think he's from Grey's Anatomy. The light
Yeah.
From Detroit, Become Human. But go ahead.
Yeah.
Why do you love that song?
That too. But yeah, We Cry Together. That song. That's the name of it. Because it's just like it's a very reflection of the dialogue you see going on today, a lot on social media, the back and forth between male and females. You know what I'm saying, that we see all the time. Relationships, if you know people that are in relationships, that are how you would say toxic relationships.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? You see this, you even probably could have grown up with some of this shit. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah,
you know what I'm
definitely in
saying?
the home.
In the home, so it's like a very like everybody can relate to this song. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I don't know. See, Aaron, our
Damn, Jesus.
he did not like this song.
I know he didn't like the song.
He said it should have went to Griselda. And see, I will agree with
I can't
him.
knock him on that.
This was, I do like the song. I love the song. I love the concept of the song. But this was one song I felt like really reinforced the idea of this is what y'all want.
Mm-hmm.
He saw we've been listening to Griselda, Uncle Al beats for the last 5 years.
Yeah.
So he hopped on one, gave us his
But
perspective
Alchemist
on
was
one.
damn too though.
Where?
I don't know what beat it was, but he said so when he made a tweet about this album.
Oh. But it didn't sound like this.
Yeah.
It didn't sound like the sound that Griselda's been doing the last 4 or 5 years.
Yeah.
And see, Uncle Al, Benny got everybody calling the motherfuckers Uncle Al. That's where he's gonna go down in history. But Alchemist wasn't giving Kendrick Griselda beats. That's a Griselda beat, dog. Come on, stop.
No, I know it is. I'm just saying.
I mean, not you, but I'm saying like in general. That's a Griselda beat. So.
I said that when I first heard it.
Yeah, Kendrick heard that. Aaron said Conway, best person on the
I
beat.
told you.
He's
That's what
right.
I said. I told you that.
They're right, y'all right. You know what I'm saying?
Conway,
but a great perspective, like you said, it really is that social media back and forth between the faux feminists and the faux women haters and all that bullshit.
And then how he circles all around with the tap dancing at the end. He says, stop tap dancing around the conversation.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? What the conversation is, I have yet to come to that conclusion.
Yeah, exactly.
But when we find
about how black men hate black women. That's the
It
conversation.
is?
I think so. That's what I gathered from it.
I don't think so. because black women
that we
smoking Kendrick's boots.
That's like this because black men hate black women. They both hated each other.
Yeah, they do.
That's what I'm saying. That was my view.
I feel you. I gotta figure it out for myself still. Yeah. Come to that conclusion. When I come to that conclusion, you're gonna be like I told you.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
Purple Hearts.
Purple Hearts. Oh yeah,
I love that song.
I fuck with that J too.
It was a great way to end off the first part of the album. It's wild that it wasn't SZA instead of Summer Walker. But
that's not a surprise. I didn't do it. I fuck with Summer Walker verse. Can shut your mouth when you hear love talking. Yeah. That's a great hook too. And then but he had Ghostface on the chain, which is probably
supreme as fuck.
Yeah, supreme and surprising. But I feel like because I don't know, I didn't expect out of any I don't know. I feel like he would pull like a West Coast legend out for his album.
Gotta get Ghost on it one time.
But you know what I'm saying? That just shows the influence.
That's a Ghost. That's a Ghost song.
It is a Ghost song too. But
Ghost write love letters, bro.
Bro, I was talking. We were talking about
it. Yeah, that was what I was saying. You told me it was a perfect Ghost song. I told you. Why are you going against it?
I'm not going against it. I don't know. I'm surprised. Because I said Ghost can talk to the women the best. Like he's one of the best rappers that can talk to women because I would bland the shit.
Hate to mention another artist while we're doing Kendrick got back like that.
Exactly.
Back like that. You know what I'm saying?
The Wildflower Jam I told you about.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. You hit me, Joe. You hit me.
You know I'm one of the biggest Wu-Tang fans under 30, under 40.
Under 10. You're one of the motherfucking biggest Wu-Tang fans. I know.
Yeah.
So the one that we both really liked.
Yeah.
I love it when you count me out. I feel like Count Me Out, the way he started that with it's the first song off the Big Steppers portion, but I still feel like it's flipped. I feel like the second portion is actually Mr. Morale, and the first portion is Big Steppers. No, I've been thought that just because of the way it sounds. But starting the second half of the album, I love it when you count me out. I feel like that's not necessarily anybody else. I feel like when we said the first part of the album was him talking to us, the second part of the album is him talking to him. I feel like at a point, Kendrick was like, these motherfuckers are moving at a rapid rate, and I cannot keep up with it. And he was like, I can't do this.
Yeah, exactly.
So I'm going to do me. So all of it, I'm going to go back to the OG shit, because all of everything from the second part of the album, in my opinion, starting from Count Me Out, Count Me Out sets the mood. But it sets the mood for Section 80, Good Kid, Mad City, and To Pimp a Butterfly Stop. No damn.
I don't hate To Pimp a Butterfly, man. I can't get To Pimp a Butterfly vibes because To Pimp a Butterfly was too political for me. He doesn't really get political on this.
Auntie is a man now.
I mean, yeah, but that was still very personal too.
That's swimming pools and you mixed together.
I'm not saying
I hate to do Kendrick comparisons, but we're going to get to that song eventually, so let's not have that conversation now. But Count Me Out.
You're saying swimming pools? No. I'm just saying if you're gonna call that swimming pools, then why not call that what we're talking about with the sex edition, worldwide steppers? Because
it's not introspectively sorrowful. It's introspectively selling. He's selling he says, I got fucking them white bitches. That was payback for my ancestors. He doesn't feel bad about it.
No, I know that
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I feel like Count Me Out is where he says, I gave up, y'all. I gave up. And I gave up on myself, but hold up.
I can't count myself out.
Because in the next one is Crown.
I felt Crown too. Crown is a song. That's a great follow-up song too.
Because he says basically in Crown, I'm trying to do all I can, but I can't please everybody.
Nah, can't please everybody.
You know what I'm saying?
I think he also, I don't know if it was just me being high, because you know when you're high, you feel like you hear different shit.
Yeah.
But I feel like he also said anybody in the middle of when he was overlapping with
everybody.
He did. I was the only one. Yeah, so he said anybody too. Everybody, anybody. I can't please everybody. I can't please anybody.
Yeah, exactly.
You know
I can't even please myself.
Exactly.
Like it's that constant like the second half of the album is the constant battle between himself still. He has like he might have beat the sex addiction in the first part, but he still just hates himself.
Exactly. He still got other demons. You know what I'm saying?
And we all do, you know what I'm saying? Like I tweeted when this came out that Kendrick lives the life of every black man, and it's wild because Silent Hill. Silent Hill is a song, and
this is the actual Kodak Black feature too.
And this is something I might be stretching on this one, but this almost seemed like some shit that Kendrick went through the eyes of Triple X on.
That's Triple X.
Like,
talk to me.
With this one, with this album, we see that Kendrick has been watching everything. Triple X was on the up and coming. Around the time Triple X was on the up and coming, Kendrick did a song with Rich Kid.
Yeah, New Freedom.
So he knew. We know he knew.
Yeah,
we know he knew.
I think this song happened in walking the studio or some shit like that.
Pick my daughter up. You know what I'm saying? Like all the way he harmonizes and melodicizes all of this song. It's maybe not a shout out to Triple X, but you can tell that he has looked at what the younger kids are doing, and he did his own thing with it, because with Silent Hill, you see where Kendrick made a skeleton of a song, and he wanted somebody who was going to fucking kill it. And see, at this part of the album, we really get to see Kendrick's mind, because he starts to let go of him doing the rapping
and doing the executive producing.
This is almost a Baby Keem EP.
Oh, yeah.
Like the second part is like a child coaching Kendrick through real, like not a child, like not shitting on Baby Keem, but you know what I'm saying, that aspect. Like he has a new look on his perspective. So he brings Kodak in. Kodak murders that Silent Hill verse.
Exactly, he does.
Murders that Silent Hill verse.
Yeah.
One of the best verses of the year. One of Kodak's best verses of all time. And from then I was like, we're really going to get some crazy shit. You know what I'm saying? At that point in the album, I knew we were going to get crazy shit, because there's no way that Kendrick gives Kodak a full-length feature at quite possibly the biggest second shot at a radio song behind Die Hard on that album, without it being some message to it. In my mind, I might be overstating it and believing too much.
I got what you're saying.
You know what I'm saying? I might be overstating and believing too much in that. And then we get, like I said, Baby Keem's all over the album.
Savior.
And we get the Savior interlude, which
a lot of people like too.
Oh, it's amazing. The Savior interlude is amazing. It's such a good, like, transition between because he knew people were going to take the Kodak feature hard, I feel like. Like, I feel like that, and this is me overstating, maybe believing too much in Kendrick, but he knew people were going to take the Kodak feature hard, so he eased it down into an interlude with Baby Keem. And then, you know what I'm saying?
Little cousin.
Exactly.
You know what
the safe space, the you know what I'm saying? There's no way you go wrong putting your family, you know what I'm saying? Especially when they're big, especially in the middle of an album after a big fucking...
After you just won a Grammy off a feature.
With Kodak Black coming off that song that you just did before. But the thing about the next one is that this is the real one where Kendrick really, I think Savior is the actual song of the album. I think if you sum Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers up into one album, it would be, or not one album, one song, it would be Savior.
Yeah, Savior's a good song.
Savior's a real good song.
Savior tells you, hey, we can plant this, but we're not making you do this.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
We say, Future told you get a money contract.
But he is not your savior. J. Cole made you think about it.
But he is not your savior. Brian made you give him flowers.
But he is not your savior. You know what I'm saying? Like, yes, we have to idolize these people.
We don't have to do it.
No, we don't. We do have to idolize. No, we have to make these people idols. We have to idolize Malcolm X so that we remember him today.
Yeah.
We have to idolize him tomorrow. Yeah. We have to idolize people that legitimately speak to the culture, like Kendrick Lamar and Jay-Z, and preserve real parts of the culture. We have to idolize them. We have to idolize Beyonce. Yeah. We have to idolize Issa Rae. The woman that writes Abbott Elementary, she needs to be idolized ASAP. We have to. Like, I don't believe in giving my kids role models and celebrities, but we still have to idolize black people, and that's what I feel like. Mm-hmm. So I totally support Kendrick in saying that. I feel like this was Kendrick saying, "Don't trust us," but I feel like those first few bars were saying, "If I didn't mention you, you ain't shit," because Drake called a shot. He mentioned Future before Drake. He mentioned LeBron James, who was not his competition whatsoever, before Drake.
But LeBron James, one of the biggest black stars. He
mentioned J. Cole.
J. Cole's also.
He mentioned J. Cole.
J. Cole's his biggest comparison.
His biggest competitor.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. The shot is that Drake.
I don't know. I think you just think too into it. I think you think too much into it.
I went on Reddit and I got a lot of votes.
It's fucking Reddit, bro. Nigga like you to need fucking validation on your fucking thoughts.
I don't need validation. I got a podcast.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
But that Reddit gave you that extra bump.
I was actually seeing other people thought that. Yeah. Like in all actuality, seeing enough other people thought that, and people kind of caught that. Yeah. But man, I thought it was. But other shit, Savior is a.
That's a racist.
I'm talking to y'all motherfuckers, and that's what this album is about.
And then on the next song, after he gets you a little mellow out, then he just comes right back into it.
And with what?
Auntie Diaries.
This is the one?
This is the one.
Is this the long form conversation one?
I don't think it's a fucking long form conversation.
You don't think it's a long form conversation?
Hell no. No, I'm talking about as far as people being outraged.
Talking about it?
Yeah.
Alright, so
calculated.
The Auntie Diaries clip was, or not the clip, I'm sorry. Song. Auntie Diaries song was the one that drew the most criticism to Kendrick Lamar from his new album, and mainly because he used the F word, not fuck, but faggot.
Yeah.
Sorry if I offended you. And he used it in the context. He's telling a story about how he has transgender family members, and growing up, the F word, and, just making fun of gay people was not necessarily, not even saying that shit was okay. We did that shit all the time. Yeah, you grew up with it too.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we all grew up calling people, oh, that's so gay. We did that shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to run away from that fucking at all. I'm a grown man, I can acknowledge that.
Yeah.
But times have changed, and things have changed, and society and culture have changed to where that's not acceptable now. But we all still have those experiences of knowing people close to us that maybe not even be transgender, but might just be gay, and just be still, ostracized from your family. And he's speaking in that point of view, and I think that's why he is able to get away with using that F word in this context, because a lot of people want to jump at the use of a word before they look at the context. Like Joe Rogan was not saying nigga or nigga, in any type of context that was intellectual.
It's very hard for a white person to do that in the first place.
So. Exactly.
It's impossible.
It's not. If a white person, if a white person is given it is. Yeah, it pretty much is. I could come up with some extrapolating certain,
but that's literally just on you.
I'm saying, yeah. I'm not even gonna do that. But it's that type of thing. But this goes back to my pole jockeying of Kendrick and putting him in that space that he's a poet, he's an artist, he's not speaking from him, he's speaking for us.
Yeah.
Not for me and you or even the person listening to that song. Like some people might say, you say the F word, I will never talk to you again.
Yeah, exactly.
That's not for you, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's not open to your library of thinking.
Yeah, exactly.
Stay away from it. You know what I'm saying? But this song is really powerful in that way.
That's the Dave Chappelle song.
What is it? That right there?
Yeah.
Damn near.
Because he I feel like in the same context of you're not listening, you're just catching the sound bite.
Yeah, okay, I agree with that completely. Yeah, you're not getting the context.
And that's the reason why he did it though.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? To furthermore point out that people just read or listen at first what the fuck they first hear and see instead of listening to what the fuck is actually going on.
Yeah, that's very true.
People are closed-minded to their own thoughts, as we always say.
Yeah, safe spaces, man. And track 16 kinda deals with that. Mr. Morale.
Mr. Morale, yeah. Mr. Morale's one of my favorite songs.
Go ahead, speak on it then.
Man, bro, I don't know what's going on right now, but mine's going blank with all these songs right now. And I just had to play that song too.
Mr. Morale is kind of the anti-backup from the Depression, right at the precipice of the album, actually, at the climax of the album. Mr. Morale kind of, if I said before that Count Me Out kind of encapsulates the album, this one does it again.
Yeah.
This one backs it right back up because it also, it flips you upside down in the fact that it's just named Mr. Morale.
Exactly.
And it is Mr. Morale, but it's on the Big Steppers part. Like at this point, he's finally in a place where he knows, I can't speak for anybody, but Kendrick knows he's growing and that's all he can do.
Yeah.
That's all he can. He still has demons. Because next we see with fucking Mother I Sold.
Mother I Sold.
Because I have to skip to Mother. Like, I hate to walk over the damn near the title track, but
yeah.
Mother I Sober is...
Talk to me about that one, because that's one song I really haven't got to delve into yet.
Mother I Sober is the fact that the black community, I don't even know if it's the black community, but hurt people in the way they don't mean to. Because if I experience something, I would think that you experience that too. So then I'll force those ideals on you or try and convince you that, you know, maybe things aren't the way you think or know. And then, because this is going through the perspective of his mother was molested and she thought he was, and he said, no, I have never been. And so him being constantly hounded about being molested turning him to a sex addict, which then creates all the problems that become Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers. Even through having a big career, he still has a sex addiction. And that's what wraps it up.
Yeah, it's kind of like you said, re-encapsulates the whole album itself. Give you a real synopsis, like tie it all together, almost like how basically.
Yeah, because the Mirror is just kind of him, you know, that's stuff.
That's like ending credits.
Yeah, it's like you said at the beginning of this. It's all theatric, and that is the end credits.
Yep. Like, I feel this album is less. It's a rap album, of course. You know what I'm saying. But I feel like it's less of a rap album, more of an artistry album. You know what I'm saying? More of a musician.
Oh yeah, this is way more of an art piece than it is.
This is just like, this is My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy.
See, and I don't want to compare it to any other album.
I'm not saying it, and that's and like how we say a lot of Kanye's albums are art forms, but it's like that's the painting right there. That's Picasso, and I'm not even calling this album his Picasso, but I'm saying this is his attempt of boom.
This is it.
Yeah, this is it.
This is his. this is it album, but in the end, I do love this album.
Yeah.
I still don't put it on the level of Damn. Damn, and maybe because this album is a little bit more personal to him on my first few listens in this first week, but I think this album is a little bit too much personal to him that I can't put it over Damn right now. Like right now, I give this album a 8 out of 10, where I give Damn a 15 out of 10. To Pimp a Butterfly, 9.5 out of 10.
Wow.
Good Kid, Mad City, 8.5. Section 80 and
Dedicated?
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
8. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Damn.
That's how I view it.
To Pimp a Butterfly, 9.5.
To Pimp a Butterfly is one of the best pieces of written literature to ever come out in our generation.
Yeah.
Especially as a black man, in my opinion. Same with Damn.
Damn's big.
Yeah, it's both of them.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think I'm not saying it's a great album, especially for like now to come out. You know what I'm saying? I'm not putting over any of those like albums we just talked about. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because it's not that, and that's not even a bad way. Because even Kendrick's "I" is better than some niggas will ever do.
Yeah, that's very
true. You know what I'm
true.
saying? So, and it's not. This is not an "I" at all.
Yeah, no, this is
a great project.
Like I said, I give this 7.5, 8. You know what I'm saying?
I'm not
right now.
I'm not
It'll take
disappointed
a
at
few
all.
more listens. This is still a week out.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not disappointed at all.
Yeah, me either.
Especially like now when you think about it, we've got like plenty of great albums to drop this year. Yeah. You know what I'm saying now, but we'll talk about those in the coming episodes.
Want to give that outro, man?
Oh yeah, so shit. This will be the new episode of this is the final. Damn, before I can't even talk. Well, we're at the end. That's what I'm trying to say. We're at the end.
All right, y'all.
Of this episode of the return episode of Permanent Record. I'm gonna get it, so don't try to cut me off like that. But yeah, so we're out here and we're gonna catch y'all next time. So when you hear us, when we drop, just let us know what you think. Talk to us about the album. You know what I'm saying? We're always down to talk about some music. That's
yes, sir.
Like what the fuck we gonna talk about the most? You know what I'm saying? So just hit us up at Simple Math Matrix. At King Hoopla, at Prince Godbody on the Twitter, if you're individual socials, on Simple Math Matrix on the Instagram, YouTube, and Twitter. Like, follow, subscribe, and shit, we on Facebook too. Add us on there too. I'll be on the book. I'll be beating the book down.
Alright, y'all. Peace.
Yo. Thank you.